There are millions of different animal species on Earth, some small, some big, and some totally fearless. While humans may top off the food chain these days, we are actually pretty burdened with anxieties and fears that our fellow animals just don't share. Life isn't just about survival for us anymore, but for the majority of other creatures it is. In today's video, we are talking about the 15 most fearless animals on the planet. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to The Supreme, and click the notification bell for more lit content. Let's get rolling. Number 15. Silverback gorillas. Have you seen the infamous footage of a gorilla charging the glass at the zoo? It doesn't look great for the animals, does it? Historically, gorillas have been depicted as violent brutes. King Kong, anyone? However, after decades of study, we found that actually they are for the most part peaceful animals. Wildlife journalist David Attenborough filmed with gorillas during a 1979 episode of Life on Earth, and for the first time, broadcast showed the animals as playful and friendly. The thing is, both depictions of gorillas can be true. They can be friendly, but they can also be brutes. Silverback gorillas live in groups, and the head of the family is a dominant male. If other males approach, silverbacks will fearlessly attack. Similarly, if they feel under threat from a human or another aggressor, they will certainly attack. Gorilla attacks don't happen without warning though. They put on a display of threats. If those threats are ignored, silverbacks will bite, scratch, and charge. They're a powerful creature, weighing around 480 pounds. They're strong and muscular and could easily take down a human if they wanted to. While there have been reports of clashes between humans and gorillas in the wild and perceived aggressive behavior from gorillas in zoos, it's almost always as a result of poor human behavior. And yes, locking them in captivity counts as poor human behavior. The bottom line is, they will fight you if you make them. Speaking of silverback gorillas, I found a crazy image of a gorilla charging at a pair of tigers. I think this image has to be photoshopped because while tigers can be found in some snowy climates, gorillas exclusively live in West Central Africa, so would be pretty lost in deep snow. If it was real though, what animal do you think is the most fearless? A gorilla or a tiger? Let me know in the comments and use the hashtag #OpenDiscussion. I think that gorillas are stronger and braver than tigers in a one-on-one. Gorillas are so much bigger, after all. However, if it was one gorilla versus 12 tigers, well, it would need to be one fearless primate to win out in that situation. I look forward to reading your comments. Number 14. Cats versus alligators. I love cats, but I fully acknowledge that the only reason they don't kill us is because they're too small and we feed them. Other than that, they'd have no problem. Even with their small size, cats can be totally vicious. Who here has ever gotten on the wrong side of a cat? Let me know. I've gotten a few scratches from angering a kitty before, and all of a sudden they aren't so cute. But in 2010, footage of a house cat taking a bunch of alligators went viral on YouTube, gaining over 14 million views. Check out the face-off between this kitty and a gang of alligators. The cat is the straight-up boss of this situation. I love how, after defending its territory from the gators, it goes over to a kid for a back scratch like nothing has ever happened. Classic cat. In another piece of footage with 4 million views, we see a cat literally send a gator running with a slap. That cat is braver than most humans I've met. The reason why house cats can stand their ground with bigger animals has something to do with their cool, calm death stare, and the fact that when bigger animals like gators come close, the cat will attack them straight up in their face. You see how the cat goes for the eyes? It's a winning move. Number 13. Dogs vs. cobra. Some dogs are pretty fearless at the best of times, which is why we often use dogs in emergency service operations or to guard properties. It turns out dogs are even braver when they're in groups when their pack instinct kicks in. Check out this video of 5 dogs working to immobilize an out-of-control king cobra. King cobras are the world's longest, deadly venomous snakes. When agitated or provoked, these snakes are very dangerous and have been known in rare situations to kill humans. Far more regularly, these poison snakes have been known to bite and kill other animals, including unlucky dogs who get in their way. Not on this day though. No sir, This gang of dogs work to attack the snake from all angles, carefully avoiding the head. In the end, the teamwork wins out. I guess 1 against 5 isn't a fair fight. Number 12. Honey Badger. Honey badgers may look cute and have adorable names, but make no mistake, they are fearless. The honey badger doesn't go looking for trouble. In fact, usually it avoids confrontation. But if trouble comes to its door, then it will do what it has to do. It is fearless. When threatened, a honey badger not only charges at the would-be attacker, it also releases a foul smell. So it's brave and stinky. Maybe I would be braver if I had a stink bomb in my arsenal. Honey badgers have incredibly thick, loose skin, which means even if, say, a lion got one in their jaws, the badger's skin would be thick enough to withstand a bite and loose enough for it to move around and bite the lion right back and attack its face and eyes. This animal has a strong jaw and very strong teeth, powerful enough to crush bones. Honey badgers have been known to successfully fight off lions, and they even eat venomous snakes and killer bees. If you need it any more convincing, the honey badger holds the Guinness Book of World Records title for most fearless animal. You can't argue with a Guinness Book World Record. Or I guess you could, but in this instance you would have to argue with the honey badger, and you don't want to do that. Number 11. Husky vs. Polar Bear. Huskies are pretty big and powerful dogs, but they're nothing compared to polar bears. Polar bears live way up north in the Arctic Circle, so they don't get to interact with dogs so much. I would assume if an 8-foot, 1,100-pound polar bear and a 23-inch, 60-pound husky got into a fight, the polar bear would easily win. But it turns out that it's kind of like the cat-alligator situation. Huskies can be agile, and they know how to attack right in the face. Check out this wild footage of a husky dog going in on a polar bear. The dog is tied up on a leash outside its property, and it makes sure that there's no intruders. I can't believe it's this successful at guarding its territory even with the handicap of being tied up. I guess being aggressive and getting straight up in the bear's face is one pretty good tactic if you're an animal, although I wouldn't recommend it for a human. Watching this footage is impressive, but I have to say, it does not make me want to live in the Arctic. Polar bears knocking at my door? No thanks. Cat vs. bear. Not to be outdone by a dog, cats have proved themselves fearless in the face of bears too, which is even crazier because they're so much smaller than dogs. There have been times that house cats have full-on chased down bears. Yes, domestic house cats have taken on big, wild bears. Check this out. To be honest, if a cat came at me like that, I'd probably run away too. Cats can be ferocious. I love this clip of another house cat chasing a bear away, although I think it's hilarious that the bear grabs the garbage bag before running off. He got what he came for, at least. I have to say that. It's kinda stupid to leave garbage outside and exposed if you live in bear country. You're basically just inviting a bear over for lunch. The reason the bear was scared is likely because cats can move very fast and show zero fear in the face of a predator. Researcher Becky Evans studied cat behavior for years, and the general conclusion seems to be that cats are psychopaths. I guess that will go some way to explaining their behavior. Little psychos. Dogs vs. lions. Dogs and lions don't usually cross paths, but when they do, you would imagine that the lions would be the aggressors, right? Well, check out this video of a brave dog facing off against 2 fully grown lions. The video has only had a couple thousand views, and there isn't much information about how and why the dog was mingling with the 2 big cats. The lions seem to consider fighting back for a moment, but the feisty canine keeps them in check. In Victoria, Canada, 2 dogs fought off a hungry cougar in 2013. The video was uploaded to YouTube and received over 9 million views. Dogs Kovu and Tieka worked together like a pack to escort the wild cat off their property. Good for them. I do have to question who could film their dogs getting into a fight with a big cat and be so calm about it. If I saw my dog going anywhere near a lion, I'd have a heart attack. Water buffalo vs. lions. Lions are apex predators, and water buffalo are often their prey. However, water buffalo have something that lions don't: a lot more friends. Water buffalo are herd animals, meaning they hang out in groups. This helps protect them from predators like lions, whose only real hope of taking down such a big, strong animal is to get them on its own. Check out this video of a group of Cape buffalo who spot one of their herd in danger. They straight up charge the lion, and that air flip is dramatic. It makes me wonder how lions ever get a meal. I guess we're kind of lucky as humans. Our meals don't fight back. Buffalo are known to be fearless when threatened and can be dangerous to humans. In 2014, BBC Earth released a video showing buffalo being herded by farmers in South Africa, and it's a dangerous operation. At one point, a buffalo gets mad and rams the farmer's Jeep, causing significant damage. Now that's terrifying. Weasel. The thing I love most about the Supreme is that I always learn something new, and I hope you guys do too. One thing I've learned today that I didn't know before about making this video is that weasels are totally fearless. Weasels! Did you know that weasels are the world's smallest carnivore and can kill an animal 10 times their size? Weasels are practically killing machines and need to eat half their body weight every day. A weasel's killing technique is so impressive, it's even been likened to a jaguar. Some even say that a weasel will kill anything that moves. One thing you probably didn't know about weasels, and this may shock you, they literally do a war dance that's intended to confuse and hypnotize prey. This terrifying series of movements has been known to literally frighten rabbits to death. According to legend, the fearless weasel is the only creature that can take down the terrifying, albeit mythical, Wendigo, a monster from North American folklore. I'm not gonna tell you about it now because I don't think I could keep a straight face. But if you want to laugh today, Google it after this video. Lions versus elephants. Okay, I totally get that lions are ferocious animals and we all know that they're pretty fearless, except when it comes to a yappy dog. Being a lion is one thing, but imagine having the bravery to take down a mammoth animal like an elephant. Fearless or foolish? I'm undecided. Typically, a lion weighs 280 to 420 pounds, but African elephants, like those in this video, weigh between 5,000 to 14,000 pounds. An elephant could literally stomp a lion to death. It seems that lions only prey on breeding herds of elephants, so females and babies. In the video, we see a lion attacking during the day, which is even braver, as usually lions will choose to attack under the cover of darkness. The only good way to take on an elephant is to single out a vulnerable straggler and attack in a pack where possible. Basically, lions prey on the weak, which is actually making me feel that they may not be as fearless as they first seem. Humans versus bears. Humans are animals too, and arguably we are historically the most fearless as we've managed to rise up to the top of the food chain and basically take over the world. That said, our ancestors were likely braver in the face of real danger than we were. Many of us have lost our basic animal instincts and are kept safe with creature comforts. Not all of us though. Some people have stood up to bears when their lives have depended on it and won. Video footage of a man defending himself from a charging grizzly bear in BC, Canada emerged in October 2018 and shocked viewers. The man fired a gun to save his own life, which seems to be one of the only methods a human can use to protect themselves from a grizzly bear attack. The man, who wanted to remain anonymous, said the grizzly charged right up to his house and he only managed to get away with the help of a bullet. The man said his wife recorded the footage, and again I'm thinking, who can film a wild animal charging at a loved one? You have to be pretty fearless to stand up to a grizzly bear, although your best chance of survival is to carry bear spray, squirt it in the eyes, and play dead until it goes away. If you have to attack a bear, boxing its eyes or nose is the only way to go. When it comes to black bears, a show of aggression and loud noises are most likely to scare it away. Tasmanian devils. My introduction into Tasmanian devils was through the Looney Tunes character. He seemed pretty fearless, albeit pretty dumb. In reality, the carnivorous marsupials are actually pretty intelligent, but like their cartoon counterpart, they are indeed pretty fearless, and they're hungry. For something just 30 inches tall and 26 pounds heavy, Tasmanian devils sure are scary. They are lightning fast, have razor-sharp teeth, and super muscular jaws, meaning they can deliver one of the most powerful bites of any mammal. So the thing about these creatures is that they're known for their pure rage when threatened, or they're hungry. I totally get that. Hearing a Tasmanian devil scream is enough to send a wise person running in the other direction. Sadly for the courageous Tasmanian devil, they are under threat. Their numbers are decreasing, and now there are just 20,000 of them on the Australian island of Tasmania. Dog vs. Shark. Crazy footage of two dogs tussling with sharks in Australia emerged on YouTube in July 2011. The video, which has had over 400,000 views, shows one of the dogs biting a shark, which is totally insane. The dog owner seems to be pretty chilled about it, all while filming it, which is just as shocking. I guess the canine didn't smell danger and went after what it thought was just a big fish. Crazy. Dogs can be protective of their owners and fearless when it comes to defending them, but in this instance, the owner was on the shore and safe, so its fearlessness in this face of the shark must have come from some other killer instinct. Even though the footage was kinda stressful to watch, I've never seen a dog go after a shark until now. That was madness. Rhino. If you were a rhinoceros, why wouldn't you be fearless? You'd be big, and you would have a major forehead horn for added charging effect. Rhinos weigh up to 2,200 pounds and stand around 4 feet 3 inches tall and around 10 feet long. In other words, they're big and bulky. Oh, and they can also run at around 30 miles per hour. There have been a number of incidents of rhinos ramming cars and trucks. They see the vehicles as threats and will often charge the large objects. It's possible to get away if you drive fast enough, but you're going to want to keep your foot on the pedal, as fearless rhinos are known to be aggressive. They are very territorial and will firmly stand their ground. The most aggressive of the rhino breeds is the black rhino, which is known to regularly lose its cool and charge. Just FYI, the best way to survive a rhino attack, if you're ever faced with one on foot, is to stand still. You cannot outrun them, but they have terrible eyesight, so they will probably lose sight of you. The Crow Who Won't Go. In July 2008, a video called "Crow Won't Go" went viral on YouTube, and it now has had over 5.7 million views. The baby crow in the video is fearlessly close to the videographer, edging near to him and then eventually climbing onto his lap. The crow then sits on his hands and seemingly won't budge. The crow is totally unconcerned that this new human buddy could turn him into dinner if he wanted. The video description gave way more background on the brave crow. It seems that the bird and the guy became friends and it would regularly come and visit him in the yard. He even said that its parents would drop dead bugs down to try and feed the younger bird. The guy claims he thought about adopting the curious crow as it had clearly taken a liking to him, but he realized that it would be against United States law as crows are migratory birds. While it has been reported that some remote islands birds are fearless because they don't know they should be afraid of humans, this isn't normal behavior for a crow. A little side fact for you: dodo birds went extinct because they were fearless. They just walked right up to humans who took advantage of their friendly disposition and overhunted them. Being fearless isn't always a good thing. It can get you into some serious trouble. Sometimes it's just better to run away. That was the 15 most fearless animals on the planet. What did you think about today's video? And which animal did you think was the most fearless? Which of these animals on the list would you least like to tussle with? I've got to say that honey badger. Also, let me know what you would think about our open discussion question. What would happen in a gorilla and tiger fight? I think it'd be game on, as both animals are just as fearless.